from a mysterious addiction to having a giraffe named after him. These are the 10 things you didn't know about Ja Morant.
I never coached Ja, I just recruited him.
I care and, I'll do whatever I can. Westbrook obviously is my favorite player.
I'm going to take my son, if I ever do the dunk contest.
Now let's talk about Ja Morant's recruitment. Can you believe that the 2020 Rookie of the Year was discovered by accident? You heard it right. Growing up, Ja was never a superstar. And playing in the NBA? Not in his wildest dreams could he even think of it. I mean, he could not even dunk until his senior year. But then how? How did Ja make it into the NBA? Well, Ja was a small, skinny kid who never got the attention of the scouts. He wasn't physically as dominant and was often overlooked because, let's face it, NBA does not like short players, so Ja's future seemed bleak, and he wasn't going anywhere with b-ball. But boy, was he a fighter. He never gave up. One day, the assistant coach of Murray State, James Kane, was on a scout mission, when all of a sudden, he had this craving for some snacks. While he was standing in line, waiting for his turn, he heard some noise from a nearby gym. Some boys were bowling there, so James thought, why not? As he stepped into the gym, right away a young boy, as fast as lightning, pumped up on the court, caught his eye. It was at this point James knew he had found what he had been searching for. This guy was the prize, and this guy was Ja Morant. Ja was offered a 4-year scholarship at the Murray State University, and the rest is history. And guys, do you know what else is history? Ja Morant winning the Rookie of the Year for Memphis Grizzlies. Like everyone else from Memphis, its zoo is also a great supporter of the Grizzlies. So to show its respect for the rising superstar, the zoo did something crazy. Yeah, well, they did something that Ja would never have imagined. They named a giraffe after him. Damn, that's crazy. The giraffe was named Giraffe. When Ja heard this news, he was so happy that he even tweeted about it. But Ja can be unforgiving sometimes, so when he visited the baby giraffe for the first time, he told him that he was going to put him on the poster.
I'm going to take my son, if I ever do the dunk contest, I'm taking my son.
Damn, for God's sake, Ja, he's a giraffe. But Ja being Ja doesn't really care. Like he doesn't care about his life. Speaking of which, Ja Morant nearly died on his 23rd birthday. It was kinda unforgettable for him and everyone else. It was the night of his 23rd birthday, when he and the boys decided they were gonna have some fun. And Ja is a party guy, so no matter what, he can't live without partying. The guy would suffocate if stopped. That night the boys were all high, drunk like hell, peddling Ja's Rolls-Royce, Cullinan, and burning rubber like nuts, until they had a nasty accident. The car was totaled. There was no sign of Ja or his friends. As the news surfaced, everyone feared the worst. Hours passed by, but there was no sign of Ja or the boys. Maybe Ja Morant was dead. What? But then Ja had this generous revelation that he should inform the world about his condition. So he told everyone that he was fine and he escaped the accident unharmed. Thank you very much, pal. And to make up for the loss of his car, Ja bought another Rolls-Royce. Damn. Man, I want to be this rich too. But with the net worth of over $80 million, Ja is crazy rich. With so much to spend, Ja also started a fashion movement. Because in 2020 he reached out to Vietnamese jeweler Johnny Dong for custom diamond grills. So yeah, you already know what happened. As his 30K diamond grills ended up looking so good, it also persuaded his teammates, Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson, to get their own. Add it all up, and the Grizzlies alone spent more than 100K on grills. That's insane. Only this was far from the most expensive jewelry Ja had ever purchased. The guy is a jewelry addict. Since joining the league in 2019, Morant has also spent over $89,000 on chains and $240,000 on iced watches. Dude doesn't just play like a superstar, he looks the part too. But he wasn't always a superstar as we know him. Man was too sloppy. He could not dunk until his senior year. Morant couldn't throw it down the hoop until the summer before his senior year of high school. According to him, he could only get 1 out of every 25 attempts. Damn, that's just 4% accuracy. But the good thing is, he has come a long way. Well, that was all about Ja's good side. But like every other guy, Ja Morant also has another side. There are some things he does not want the world to find out, and Ja threatening a guy with bullets on Twitter is one of them. Yes, you heard me right. One time a person tried to troll Ja's girlfriend on Twitter, and Ja took it personally. He was pretty quick to respond. His reply? You're free to see how the hollows feel. That's cold, man. If you're wondering what hollows are, those are bullets. This man just straight up threatened a guy he doesn't even know about. Now, if you ever think of messing with Ja Morant, you better think twice. Because this was nothing short of menacing, and it doesn't stop here. Because sometimes the young superstar can be a tad too aggressive. In fact, on one occasion, he got sued. Because when it comes to bad behavior, Ja acts like a school bully. And when I say this, I really mean it. This time he trash-talked a teenager in a pickup game at home. Like, are you for real, man? He takes everything way too seriously. And there were no refs to cool things down. When a basketball accidentally hit him in the face, Ja was furious. So he rushed towards the kid and buried the hatchet right there. Please don't ask how, because the kid ended up with a huge bump on his forehead. Ja really messed up this time, because this incident caused him to get a lawsuit. But as you know, Ja never learns. Because this one time, our boy took the definition of the word reckless to a whole new level. And this one mistake got him suspended for 8 NBA games. Well, it could have been worse, but yeah, he's an NBA star. So you know there's always what you call a bias. So basically, the party king partied too hard and ended up losing control. He was heavily intoxicated, and he decided it was the best time to show his firearms on the gram. I guess some people can't handle their liquor. Ja flashed a gun, live on Instagram, in front of his 9.2 million followers. What on earth were you thinking, man? He could have landed himself in jail for this, but he didn't, oddly enough. Guys, not everything about Ja is negative. Because, you know the way he loves to spend his millions on luxurious stuff? Well, he does spend on the community in a similar fashion too. And just as recently, in the off-season, Ja was spotted in Under Armour reps, visiting every part of Memphis, balling out with the kids and hanging out with them. But what was it all about? Well, Chief decided it was time for the needs of the peeps. I am impressed because Ja, in coordination with Under Armour, planned to construct 13 new basketball courts around the city. Now that's how every NBA star should spend their millions. Isn't he great and generous? And you know how great players are often compared with other great players? Plus, if you're an athletic point guard who's making it big at the NBA, you will be compared to one man, Russell Westbrook. Now for Ja Morant's ears, that sounds like music. Being compared to his favorite player is like a dream come true. And in an interview at the Dan Patrick Show, Ja clearly said that Westbrook was his favorite player and he tries to play like him. And according to Ja, Westbrook has always been great, but he doesn't get enough respect, just like Ja himself when he was growing up. But now he sure as hell has tons of respect. And when I say tons of respect, I really mean it, because my man won the Rookie of the Year. The state of South Carolina was so pleased. So much so that they declared 10th of August as Ja Morant Day. What? If this is how it's done, I think King James deserves a whole year to his name. And I don't even want to mention the Black Jesus. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to dunk on that subscribe button. Till next time.